The full format lineup for our Christmas live show Traitor at Culinary Castle is now locked in. We've got over 11 hours of food trials, interactive challenges and chefy showings off across the weekend of the 14th and 15th of December live in this castle. With a full-scale professional film crew and a genuinely secret traitor amongst us, hell-bent on sabotaging the challenges without getting caught by us or you. We've gone really big this time. So watch along, interact and impact exactly what happens all weekend. You can watch live or on demand for 30 days. All the info and further details for all the formats are in the link in the description or the QR code.
Boys, lift the cloche for gadget number 1.
What have we got? Oh, it looks angry.
Oh, it looks really angry inside.
Today, Chef Ben and Normal Jamie are going to be testing and reviewing a series of kitchen gadgets to see if they're on point or pointless.
I'm going to be honest, Jay, I recognise that.
So wait, that's a crank.
The bits in there remind me of the end of a hammer when it is a meat tenderizer.
And where does it go though, Ebbers? You pointed to the end
Yeah,
bit.
that's the bit I do recognise. That's the attachment for a kitchen aid or a
Like a stand mixer.
stand mixer.
Boys, this is the GDRT WWH Meat Tenderizer. Powered by your stand mixer, this meat tenderizer can loosen steak fibres and tenderise various meats. Works perfectly for beef, pork and much more. Make every bit of meat mouth-watering.
I'm here for this because I don't know if we beat our meat enough to tenderize it before we cook it.
It's an old school practice that I think has fallen out of habit.
Yeah.
And we have reviewed other things like the one with like many needles that you plonk down, it kind of stabs lots of pricks into it. This would be more efficient, but only if you've got the thing that it attaches to already out and convenient in your kitchen.
Yeah, and I only use a stand mixer for baking, usually.
Well, now you can for beating your meat too.
Okay boys, let's see how easily it attaches.
Quite easily.
Okay, great. Well,
I was expecting more of a click, but it's just in. It works.
so there you have some beef roasting joint. Now, in order to give this a real chance, we thought let's do a side-by-side with 2 similar-sized bits of beef roasting joint, one tenderised, one not, cook them both off, see if you can tell the difference. Then you can give us your thoughts on the operation and the needfulness of this gadget.
I love that idea.
I like it already. So what's this, kind of like top rump kind of vibes?
Yes. Would you like a tray to catch it?
Yeah.
Would you like to catch the tray to catch it? I would. Well done.
Right, I'm gonna go slow.
Sure, you couldn't do it with a steak much thicker than this, or a piece of meat much thicker. That is its limit, but that's also a fairly chunky inch-thick steak.
And unlike a pasta roller, you don't have different options.
No, it appears to be one size fits all.
Yeah. Right.
Silly question, couldn't it go on the other way? We might have this on upside down.
It might be upside down, Evan.
So when I said it fitted in really snugly, I was correct, but so snugly it didn't surprise me
You
that...
know what? It's got a little catch there. Yeah, that's the bit, yeah.
Right, let's try again.
Fantastic.
Waffle steak.
Are you going to try faster?
Yeah, should we go faster?
Go full.
No, it doesn't like
It doesn't like
fast.
fast.
That's good that we tested that on behalf of the consumer. So we're saying a slow to medium speed is optimal.
What is also optimal is the evenness of the tenderization. Like, if you do it with one of those things with prongs, or you do it with a hammer, you go at it both sides, but ultimately you're not going to get anything as even as that. Does it make a difference in the end cook? We'll see. And are we agreed that we also need to flatten that without tenderizing it to get similar? Because it's going to cook, it's now twice as thin. It's going to cook very differently.
That's very true, isn't it? And by flattening it, are you doing any tenderizing? Let's just...
So a little bit, but not really.
Great.
You're not breaking up the fibres.
He's caressing the meat, not beating it.
New studio, nothing's changed.
A little bit of oil, a little bit of seasoning on both.
In the same pan at the same time, so there's no arguments about different heat, different temperature, all that kind of stuff.
What a fair test this will be.
Tougher cut, it's worked slightly harder in its lifetime, more flavour, but it's going to be tougher and chewier. So basically, by doing this, or with bashing it out with a hammer, you reduce the need for mastication. I think we're good. Because they're thin, you don't want to overcook them and still give them resting time.
So how long would you say you've done those?
I mean, 1 minute 90 seconds on each side.
It's good to fill the new place with the smell of steak, isn't it?
It's needed it. It's been what's missing.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just going straight through the middle to cut a couple of slices out.
But do you want to cook something like this rare?
I think a more tenderised steak may be like a medium rare. If we start the untenderised. Good flavour. Absolutely delicious.
But exactly what I would expect from a cheaper cut of steak in terms of the chew.
Yep.
Definitely got
chewier.
more of a chew to it. It's not anywhere near your kind of fillet level of just melting like butter in your
buttery,
mouth. Yeah.
Cool.
He's made 3 slices.
Thanks. Ready? Right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Still not the softest, most tender piece of steak, but better than the first.
What I'd say is it's got a similar chew, but the chew dissipates far quicker. So this is what they claim. We're going to tick off, yay or nay, whether we think that this has achieved it. Attaches to a KitchenAid stand mixer. Tick.
Tick.
Process batches of meat quickly.
Tick.
Tick. Safety cover.
Slow to medium.
Slow to medium, sorry. Safety cover included to protect fingers and shield from internal elements.
When you put it the right way up,
Tick. Achieves a more pleasant eating experience and allows for better absorption of marinades and rubs. Well, we didn't test the marinades and rubs, but more pleasant eating experience?
yeah, I'd agree with that.
And to your point about better colouring in the pan because of larger surface area would relate to more marinade and flavour too.
So final summary from each of you, what do you think?
It does exactly what it says that it should do. I think the results are actually really good. The only question is, do you need one that attaches to a stand mixer? Can you get the same effect from the little hammer one or from something you already have in your kitchen like a rolling pin?
I think it works. It makes a better, more tender steak. My issue with it is now the cleaning because there's now lots of parts that need to come apart and be washed.
Would you like to take a guess at the price?
£45.
I originally had £35 in my head, but I'm actually thinking 55.
Ebba's is pretty much bang on with $45.99. So the question that not only I, but everyone at home watching is asking is, does this meet your expectations or does it leave you feeling a little tender?
It meets my expectations, and if you can save a couple of quid on steaks a couple of times a month, it pays for itself pretty quick.
Meets my expectations. I just don't know if you need one.
It's pretty useless on its own. You definitely need the stand mixer in your arsenal already.
It's 55 quid plus a stand mixer.
Gadget number 2 is under the cloche.
It's a colourful ladle.
Correct.
You got a soft
Yes.
edge and a hard edge.
This is the Scoops spoon with a patented soft top that moulds to your pot or pan to scoop up every last drop. See, food waste ebbers, you'll love this. The soft silicone also protects your pots and pans by preventing scratches.
I was initially just wound up at yet another reinvention of something we already have that works perfectly fine already. But there is an element of truth to ladling soup that you can never ladle the last ladle's worth.
Or anything out of a pan, the last drops.
Yeah.
So in order to test this, boys, you have the carrot soup with crispy halloumi recipe from our Sidekick app. Stonker this one. Get testing. There's a pan full of steaming soup there. Ah, it seemed so easy, Jack.
As a ladle, it's still doing what every ladle needs to do.
Here we go.
Oh, do you know why it's scraping it off the bottom, Evans? It's working. It does scrape it off the bottom. Lovely.
Lovely bits of crispy halloumi. Finish with coriander.
Shebang.
Yummy, yum, yum.
Shebang.
This just screams autumnal, winter nights drawing in, hearty soup.
Available in a range of colours. How much do you think we paid for it?
I reckon that's £12.99.
Okay.
I reckon Jamie's a penny too many. £12.98.
It's £15.
Oh, Jamie was closer.
So, final thoughts, lads.
I don't have soup enough.
It's not just a soup spoon, it's a ladle with a...
Anything liquid. Any stews, any casseroles. You have chili con carne about 4 times a week.
Yeah, anything that leaves a tiny bit of residue.
I am con carne. I am not going to finish filming this video, rush to the internet and purchase one. However, when my sorted ladle from 2011 finally fails me, I might consider getting one.
Embers?
It worked better than I thought it was going to, but I already have what I need, which is a ladle and a spatula. So I'm with Jamie. It doesn't replace until I need to replace.
So will you be scooping one of these off the shelves, or is it a little bit crap?
Happy to scoop it off the shelf.
I will scoop it off the shelf.
The soup's delicious.
Boys, gadget number 3 is under the cloche.
Oh, I've seen these. You put your thing in the top and it does that to it.
It's not a no, Jamie. I think it's a Hyperchiller. It says it on the side. Is it the size of a soda can?
Open it up, Ebbers, have a look.
Nope.
It's the Russian dolls of...
It is, isn't it?
That's the size of a can of tonic, and that's the size of a can of something else.
a portion of gin.
I'm guessing this is when you've forgotten, I don't know when that happens, to have put the beers in the fridge to cool down, or sodas, and you need to quickly hyper-chill a can of soda.
Boys, this is the Hyperchiller HC3. Chill coffee in 1 minute. The Hyperchiller's patented design can chill a hot cup of coffee of up to 130 degrees plus in 60 seconds without any dilution. When you pour hot coffee inside, it's exposed to 2 layers of ice-cold stainless steel that have a surface area equivalent to over 30 large ice cubes to prevent dilution in the process. So this is for making iced coffee.
Right, I am so excited about this because I only drink black coffee and I love iced coffee, but to make a black coffee iced either takes a lot of time or
Why?
a lot of dilution because you're not putting cold milk into it to cool it down quicker. You have to put cold water or
Ice cubes.
Ice cubes, which
And
has
that
the
is
same
always
effect.
going to dilute, so it's never going to be as strong as the black coffee you started with.
Yeah.
Would you like to give it a go?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Coffee.
Lovely.
Although they do say it can create iced coffee in 60 seconds, you do need to freeze it for over 12 hours to achieve that. So hence why you now have a completely frozen overnight Hyperchiller. The claims are 130 degrees F.
Which is 54 Celsius, and this is 54.4. It's good enough for me.
Lovely.
Brew fresh coffee directly onto the recessed area of the Hyperchiller's lid, pouring coffee into here. Liquid will flow through the opening at the bottom of the lid and into the cooling chamber. After the coffee is inside of the Hyperchiller, gently swirl the product every few seconds to keep the coffee moving.
You've been going 10 seconds so far, I'm timing it.
Okay.
60 seconds.
Fine. So, in as little as 1 minute, the coffee will have cooled down. Pour via the spout on the opposite side of the lid into your cup and enjoy. Now, it does say to enjoy your coffee ice cold without icing your drink, add 60 seconds to the corresponding cooling time.
Okay.
So, after 60 seconds, what temperature have we got?
So it started at 54, and it's going to drop it by 54, so this should be 0.
Where are we at?
10 degrees Celsius. So it's dropped it 44 degrees Celsius in a minute. And at 10 degrees Celsius, that will feel cold to drink.
Yeah, that's
That's ice coffee.
That's cold.
That
I mean,
is
it's 10
cold.
degrees cold.
Yeah, why
That's
don't I put
cold
my
coffee.
lips on this too? Great.
Yeah. Wait, pass it back.
Yeah, that is, wow.
Now you've had your lips on it. I want another go.
The
Tastes even better now.
The reality is, when we say 10 degrees, that is probably twice the temperature your fridge is running at. However, 10 degrees is still damn chilled for a drink.
And as Jay said, if you leave it in there for double the amount of time, you should get it down to lower than even that. Another claim is that it also works with other drinks such as wine and spirits, can chill a whole bottle in a matter of minutes.
That, to me, is, in a way, this might be telling, more interesting than just coffee as a way of instantly cooling that down.
And is that because of our habits? How often do you make iced coffee at home? Like you say, I quite often on a hot day, I might buy an iced coffee out. I rarely make it at home because I don't always have time,
Yes.
ice on hand, and I don't think it's that great because the dilution, that is not diluted and therefore it's delicious.
Wow, seems positive, but let's talk price. How much do you think we paid for one of these?
For me, I would be amazed if it is less than £32.
£39.99.
Boys, we paid £15.72 for this.
I am amazed. I'll be honest, that is a great product for that. And if through the summer months you regularly buy iced coffee out, this absolutely will save you time and money. And it is efficient, providing you've got space for that in your freezer.
The only thing left to ask is the Hyperchiller HC3. Is this the coolest coffee gadget, or does it give you the chills?
Is the coolest coffee gadget because it gives me the chills.
It sent a shiver down my spine. It's damn cool.
Fantastic. One more gadget left to review. Ebbers, I think this will be right up your alley. Boys, lift the cloche. Number 4.
Ooh. Oh my word. Okay, I know what it is.
Do you know what that is?
Yeah. I've never ever actually used one.
CORAVAN.
I've had product.
Of course he knows what it is.
I've had product that has been through one, but I've never used it. So Mike, my understanding is this enables you to remove wine from a bottle without removing the cork.
This is the CORAVAN Timeless 6 Plus. Pour your favourite wines without pulling the cork with the CORAVAN Timeless 6 preservation system.
What?
This brings a new level of elegance to our timeless wine preservation systems, allowing you to preserve wines for weeks, months, or even years.
Now imagine, Jay, having a several £100 bottle of wine, and this is, you know, high end, and you just want to taste to see if it's ready yet. You can basically get a little bit out of there, and it will put the gas in, which stops the oxidation in the bottle, and the cork basically, as cork does, seals itself as you put it out.
Would you like to try it?
Hell yes.
Now this will be fun, because I've had wine served out of a CORAVAN in some restaurants, but I've never done it myself. Slide smart clamp down.
Argon canister is in.
Better be safe than sorry.
That is, Ebbers, so enlightening.
It's telling. It's really telling.
I'll tell you what, if I hadn't been able to source that wine, it would have been, oh, don't worry. So we're on. And that really long thing is a needle, right?
Yeah, it's just gone in the bottle.
Wow, that was a lot easier than I expected.
Effortless. Could we have a glass?
You may
We have 2 glasses.
glassos.
I don't know if the sleeve is necessary now.
Oh.
The sleeve is a safety thing.
You've unsheathed.
Why do you have to undress it like
I
that?
don't know.
This is not a handle, but now this goes in here like that. Ready?
Wow.
So it's like a pump. And you're pumping gas into the bottle as some wine is coming out.
Why does this exist, Ebbers?
It's absolutely pointless for a bottle of wine you're going to open and consume. It is only useful for a bottle of wine that you're going to want to taste, maybe a small glass of, or even just a sip, to know whether you want to commit to opening the whole bottle. So it is for more premium high-end wines for sure.
So how does this not cork the wine? Because we've pushed the needle through the cork. So is it not pushing cork into the wine?
So the answer to your question is it's such a thin needle, it passes through the cork without damaging it or destroying the seal that protects the wine.
Wow.
That is a glass of wine from another bottle of the same wine that has oxidized. So you'll be able to hopefully tell a difference between it having oxidized.
I mean, it's even changed in colour.
Yeah, it has.
Is it darker?
It's more muddy brown, as opposed, it's not just darker necessarily, it's more like just reddish, right? So the one that has just been opened is still really fresh and vibrant, and you've still actually, considering it's still quite an old wine, even a lot of like floral notes as well as fruit. That tastes, you could argue more, but different in the sense it's more dried fruit and more...
So it's completely changed.
almost porty.
Interesting. Would you like to guess how much we paid for it?
£99.99.
Nope.
180.
£299.
Goodness me.
99 pence, £300.
I have never heard of that as a product or even an idea before. So that's blown my mind.
And more importantly, after a few minutes, the bottle is now sealed. The cork has done its corky thing and expanded back to fill the bottle.
So is this a Cora win, or does it just wine you up?
I have absolutely no need for one. I will never ever buy one, but to me, it is absolute magic, so it's a Cora win.
Yep, it's a win. I love it, I want it.
Well, thank you very much, those of you who suggested we review these gadgets. Make sure you give the video a like. Check out Sidekick, it's 3 for 30 days if you'd like to try out our cooking app. And we'll see you next time for more gadgety delightfulness.